don't make this a 1-year rental, Jerry. He can't be the Rolls Royce of showing up to parties and then you get rid of him before we make it to the party. You got to keep the Rolls Royce and then go get the gasoline, the defensive edge. Go get the nice tires, the safety. You know what I mean? Go get me some insurance, a cornerback. Keep the nice whip, but go get me some things. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get right into it.
Plugged in and switched on. This is the star we are.
The George Pickens predicament. Is it going to be a problem? I hope not. I think not. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about these options with George, what teams might be thinking, what we might be thinking. And so let's go through it. What is a franchise tag? Well, there's a few different type of tags, okay, and we're going to talk about them. First off, we're going to talk about the exclusive franchise tag. It prohibits players from negotiating with any other team. They're not allowed to talk to other teams about contract, about a deal, money, anything like that. It's worth either the average top 5 salary of that player's position, right? So you take the top 5 players, you average that salary, that's what you got to pay him for the 1 year, or 120% of what he made last year. And in Pickens' position, coming off his rookie contract, obviously the median of the top 5 salaries is where he's going to end up making it. So the non-exclusive franchise tag is an agreement that ties the free agent to the team, right, for a year. However, if him and his agent want to negotiate terms of a contract with another team, they can, right? Now, here's the thing. Does that mean, oh, he's going to sign with the other team? Not necessarily, because the original team, being the Dallas Cowboys here, can match that said offer. First off, okay, he plays on the tag. What do you mean, Jimmy? I mean that we offer him an exclusive tag or a non-exclusive tag, whichever it may be. He signs the 1-year tender and he plays on that number. Not happening. Nope. We can stop talking about this. Why? Players don't typically play on 1-year deals. T. Higgins did it in 2024 when him and George Pickens' current agent, David Mulligetta, kind of had a falling out, and Mulligetta didn't want the tag. So Mulligetta's probably not going to want the tag for George. Most players typically don't like to play on it due to injury, right? You get injured on a tag year, then you miss your big signing bonus. You miss your big day. Because as we all know, in the NFL today, these contracts can go, okay, we're going to give you $150 million over the next 4 years, but $100 million of it is guaranteed. Boom. That hits your bank. And these players understand that. So they typically don't want to play on tags strictly due to injury. Also, it doesn't make sense. If you don't have the same knockout year that you just had, it can hurt your stock and value, right? Because George Pickens just was basically, I think he finished second in most stats, top 5 in all of them, I believe. So when you're a top 5 receiver, at least you just played like it. Whether people believe you are or not, there's going to be some teams in GM that believe you are, and so you can only hurt your value by going out there and not having a season as good or better, right? Your stock goes down. So playing on the tag, no, we'll move off that. B, the Cowboys use it to test the market. And so what I'm talking about here is the non-exclusive tag we were talking about. Use it to test the market. How, Jimmy? Well, when the Jets say, "Hey, Mulligetta, George, we were thinking 36, 38 a year if we put up an offer sheet, or if you don't go with Dallas," George and or Mulligetta or Jerry or Steven calling the Jets and saying, "Hey, all you guys talked. What did you come up with? Oh, 36." Then the Cowboys get to think about it, right? So they kind of get to let the market speak and let other teams speak on what they believe the value for George Pickens is, so we can try to match that number or land our own deal. Because remember, the only way we have to match what they said they would offer is if they put up the official offer sheet. If they do that and then George goes there, we get 2 of their next scheduled first round picks. So is George Pickens worth putting up an offer sheet and winning him and giving up 2 first round picks? That's what people are asking for Max Crosby, right? So I don't think so. So are we going to see that happen? Are we going to see the offer sheet come up? Probably not. But our team's going to say, "Hey, we would be willing to maybe give you this number, so on and so forth, if it doesn't work out with Dallas," and then Dallas can retain that information, and we get to set our own number. Yes. So that's what I mean by testing the market. The Cowboys get to do that. Now, the, the problem is, does George want to go max out and get the biggest from the market and say, "You know what, Dallas, you let me test the market. You don't want to pay the top. I'm worth 40. Y'all only offering 35, or what, you want to match CD's numbers. I'm not with it. Bye." That's a risk. Or does Stephen Jones say, "You know what? If somebody offers that max number, we're willing to go ahead and say, you know what, we'll pay you that too, George. That's the risk you run. Number three, or C, tag and trade. George Pickens, as I was just talking about his value, can't get any higher than it is right now. If we tag him, let's say he plays on the 1 year tag for whatever reason, and he plays not as good, right? Or God forbid gets injured. I don't wish that on anybody. Let's say that happens. His value goes down. So right now, as far as a tag and trade goes, we can negotiate with another team. Hey, would you be willing to pay him this much? Yes. Okay, we'll get the contract done on our end. Then we'll just trade him to you. Boom. Right. Those kind of things work out. It can be done. You don't see it a ton. You see it a lot in the NBA, a lot more than you do with the NFL. But it can be done, and George Pickens has value. Is that what I want? No, I want to figure out a way to get him paid and still get what we need in the free agency and the draft, and fix this defense while retaining George Pickens. However, some believe that it may take George Pickens and what his value is right now to really build the defense to what it needs to be. So the tag and trade option, it exists. We have to acknowledge it. Option number four, option D here, and it's definitely D because it should be called dumb. This is the dumbest option, and that's letting him hit free agency. That's just saying, you know what, no tender, you don't want to sign it. We don't really want to put the tag down because as of right now, as I'm recording this video, I don't think there's a franchise tag. So letting him hit free agency is option dumb. Option D. Uh, Jerry Jones can't make this a 1 year rental. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we got a brand new whip. We're gonna go rent a car to head to the big party, to head to the big show. The big party being the Super Bowl. We're gonna go rent a car to go to the Super Bowl. It's nice, but check it out. This year, we're just gonna drive around the Super Bowl. We're just gonna drive around the party and look. Oh, look, man, everybody's having fun. It looks cool. Next weekend, though, we're gonna be there. Next weekend, right? Next year, we're gonna go to the party. But then we got rid of the cool whip. So now we got to go in the not so cool whip. And the party's not gonna, we're not going to get as you see what I'm saying? Maybe it's a bad analogy, but you see what I'm saying. We don't make this a 1 year rental, Jerry. He can't be the Rolls Royce of showing up to parties and then you get rid of him before we make it to the party. You got to keep the Rolls Royce and then go get the gasoline, the defensive edge. Go get the nice tires, the safety. You know what I mean? Go get me some insurance, a cornerback. Keep the nice whip, but go get me some things. We can't let this be a problem. We can't let the Pickens predicament turn into a prickly problem. We just can't do it. All right. Listen, I'm Jimmy J's hair. I'm going to sign out. Tell me what you guys think about George Pickens. What are we going to do? How is it going to shake out for the Cowboys? And while you do that, remember to do one thing as well. Okay. Always, always, always. Fan responsibly, guys. Peace.